The boxing world has been thrown into chaos after Gervonta "Tank" Davis announced the cancellation of his highly anticipated fight with Lamont Roach Jr. While some fans are rejoicing over the news, others are outraged by yet another unexpected turn in Davis's career. As if the situation couldn't get any more tumultuous, Floyd Mayweather has entered the scene, sharing his perspective and further intensifying the controversy. Tank is one of boxing's biggest stars, celebrated for his explosive power and flamboyant style. Fans had been eagerly anticipating his return to the ring, and when premier boxing champions announced a matchup against Lamont Roach Jr. at the Barclays Center in March 2025, it appeared to be the perfect comeback. However, the fight faced criticism from the outset. While Roach Jr., a respected fighter and the WBA super featherweight champion, holds a notable title, many fans believed he wasn't a suitable opponent for someone of Davis's stature. Social media erupted with comments like, "Nobody wanted to see that," and "Tank needs to fight someone better." Despite the criticism, the fight was scheduled, and fans remained hopeful to see Tank back in action. However, before Tank's recent cancellation announcement, the fight had already been postponed, further fueling the uncertainty surrounding it. Davis is no stranger to controversy, and the delay only added to the growing speculation about his career choices. Then, in a surprising turn of events, Gervonta "Tank" Davis took to Instagram to make the cancellation official. His announcement quickly spread across social media, sparking mixed reactions from fans. While some expressed disappointment over yet another cancelled fight, others felt relieved, agreeing that this matchup wasn't appealing to begin with. One fan on X captured the sentiment perfectly, saying, "Honestly, I'm glad. Roach wasn't the right fight for Tank. Let's see him take on real competition." Amid the chaos, boxing legend Floyd Mayweather, who shares a complicated history with Davis, weighed in on the situation. Mayweather didn't mince words, stating, "Tank has always been about that, but at the end of the day, it's all about the money. So, if he did cancel, it's all about the money." He also noted seeing fans on social media saying they wouldn't buy the pay-per-view, adding, "Not surprised." Mayweather's comments underline a frequent criticism of Davis's career, that his pursuit of big paydays often seems to overshadow his willingness to face the toughest opponents.
Davis has been avoiding, in my opinion, the big fights. Lomachenko, Pitbull Cruz, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney was there. Tafima was there at one point. He finally fought Ryan, but Ryan, he was drained, and we saw how Ryan looked at 140. A lot of the boxing community thinks that he's up there, and I'm just like, bro, let's look at his resume. Let's look at his research.
This isn't the first time fans have questioned Tank's decision-making, and Floyd's blunt remarks only intensified the controversy. The backlash surrounding the Tank versus Roach fight wasn't solely about Roach's abilities as a fighter. While Roach Jr. is a skilled WBA champion, fans couldn't overlook his narrow split-decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia, a fighter Tank decisively knocked out in the 9th round. This stark contrast in performance left many feeling that Roach wasn't a worthy opponent for someone of Davis's caliber.
Overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubted himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
To make matters worse, Roach had to request special permission from the WBA to move up to lightweight for this fight, further fueling doubts about the matchup's validity. Despite these concerns, some fans were willing to give the fight a chance. However, with its cancellation, Lamont Roach Jr. will now have to wait for his shot at a high-profile match. All eyes are now on Gervonta "Tank" Davis to see his next move. Fans are demanding bigger and better matchups, with names like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Vasily Lomachenko being suggested as potential opponents. One fan on social media wrote, "Tank can't keep disappointing his fans. He's got to fight someone who will really test him." Another added, "The hype won't last forever. He needs to prove he's the best." For Lamont Roach Jr., this cancellation is a significant setback. Despite the criticism surrounding the fight, it would have been the biggest moment of his career. Roach has been steadily building his reputation, and a bout with Davis could have elevated his profile to new heights. Now, he'll have to wait for another opportunity to showcase his skills on such a prominent stage.
I say 9th round. What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at 9th.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in the 9th? You know that power carry late.
I know you got some sneaky power.
Interestingly, the cancellation has sparked mixed reactions among fans. While many are disappointed by yet another fight being scrapped, others are relieved, insisting this was never the right matchup for Davis. Social media is flooded with comments like "good riddance" and "we deserve better fights." However, there's also growing frustration. Davis has faced criticism in the past for not consistently taking on top-tier opponents, and this cancellation further reinforces the perception that he's avoiding tough challenges. One fan expressed the sentiment bluntly: "Tank is a superstar, but he's got to stop letting us down. We want greatness, not excuses."
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, yeah, we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
Okay. You fought in the regionals and then fought again in the nationals?
Yeah, so we fought in the regionals in Baltimore, in his hometown.
The cancellation of Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. has left the boxing community divided. While some view it as a blessing in disguise, others are becoming increasingly frustrated with Davis's career decisions. What boxing fans have truly been yearning for isn't Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr., but a thrilling showdown between Davis and Shakur Stevenson. This matchup promises an exciting clash, with Tank's explosive knockout power going up against Shakur's defensive brilliance and ring IQ. Yet, instead of moving closer to this highly anticipated fight, the latest developments have only sparked more controversy and debate.
It's everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you understand, because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you understand? And it's good for the community.
At the recent press conference promoting the now-canceled fight with Lamont Roach Jr., Gervonta Davis didn't hold back when it came to Shakur Stevenson. Davis dismissed the idea of fighting Stevenson, claiming the young WBC lightweight champion hasn't done enough to deserve a shot at him. What has Shakur done? He hasn't fought anybody. Before he even thinks about mentioning my name, he needs to go out there and prove himself against some real competition, Tank said, oozing his trademark swagger. His comments quickly sparked a wave of backlash, with critics accusing him of ducking a legitimate challenge. On the other hand, some defended Davis, arguing that Stevenson's resume doesn't yet feature the kind of high-profile victories that would justify a fight with someone of Tank's caliber. Shakur Stevenson, however, has been relentless in his pursuit of the fight. Known for his calm demeanor outside the ring, Stevenson's recent interviews have been filled with sharp rebuttals aimed at Davis. He has openly questioned why Tank continues to face opponents like Roach while the boxing world demands more exciting and competitive matchups. Shakur has consistently stated that he's ready to fight anyone, but his primary target remains Davis, whom he views as the ultimate challenge in the lightweight division. "I've fought champions and I've dominated them." Tank can talk all he wants, but the truth is, he knows this fight isn't about me proving myself. It's about whether he's ready to face someone who can expose his weaknesses, Shakur said in a recent interview.
What made Lamont Roach the next logical choice for you in your next fight?
He has skills. Even though he's at a smaller weight class, I feel as though Lamont have, and he's someone that's one of the guys that I actually started with and came up with.
The debate over who is the better fighter between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson has deeply divided fans and experts alike. Tank supporters highlight his unmatched knockout power, emphasizing his ability to end fights with a single punch. On the other hand, Shakur's backers argue that his technical skills, defensive mastery, and adaptability against any opponent make him the superior boxer. It's a classic clash of styles, with Tank's raw power contrasting against Shakur's calculated precision. This rivalry has only been heightened by the ongoing war of words between the two fighters, further fueling the anticipation for a potential showdown.
They start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumb. I'm gonna beat his ass.
He can't do shit with.
For real. So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
He got some wood over there.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he can't stop.
Adding to the heat is the opinion of one of boxing's all-time greats, Floyd Mayweather. Despite his well-documented split from Gervonta Davis, Mayweather's insights carry considerable weight in the boxing world. When asked about the potential matchup between Tank and Shakur, Floyd didn't hold back. Tank is a big puncher, no doubt about that. He's got that explosive power that can change a fight in an instant. But if we're talking about skills, pure skills, Shakur Stevenson is on another level, Mayweather said. This statement has only intensified the debate, with fans and analysts now weighing Mayweather's expert opinion in the ongoing clash of styles.
He and Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean? So it was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me chill out, like nah.
Right. DC and Baltimore don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, they don't. One thing about it, the city going show up.
Mayweather's analysis went even deeper, emphasizing Shakur's approach to the sport. Look, it's not always about power. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a knockout artist, but he dominated with his skills. Shakur is doing the same thing. He's out there asking to fight the best, and that's what makes him special. He wants to prove himself against the top guys, and that's what fans want to see, Floyd explained. His comments have sparked speculation that Mayweather might even favor Shakur in a potential matchup, a notion sure to irritate Tank and his team. The rivalry between Tank and Shakur has evolved into more than just a clash of styles. It's become a battle for legacy. Both fighters are undefeated, both hold world titles, and both are eager to be recognized as the true king of the lightweight division. Yet, while Shakur has consistently called for the fight, Tank's recent actions have left many questioning whether he's as eager to face the challenge. The cancelled fight with Lamont Roach Jr. has only fueled this uncertainty, with fans growing more frustrated by what they perceive as missed opportunities for meaningful matchups.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
Y'all
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might?
Meanwhile, the boxing community remains divided over whether Tank's criticisms of Shakur are valid or simply a smokescreen. Some argue that Davis has a point. While Shakur's resume is impressive, it doesn't yet include a victory over a fighter of Tank's caliber. Others, however, believe Tank's comments are an excuse to avoid a fight that could threaten his unblemished record. It's easy to say someone hasn't done enough when you're not willing to step in the ring with them, one prominent boxing analyst remarked. If Tank really believes Shakur isn't on his level, then he should prove it in the ring. For now, the dream fight remains just that, a dream. However, the ongoing tension between Tank and Shakur, compounded by Floyd Mayweather's candid assessment, has only intensified the demand for the matchup. Fans are calling on promoters, managers, and the fighters themselves to make it happen. Whether or not it will come to fruition, one thing is clear. The rivalry between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson has already become one of the most compelling stories in boxing today. As for Tank, he's looked like a man on a mission, sending ripples through the boxing world with his impressive physical condition, despite the cancelled fight against Lamont Roach Jr.
I think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates, like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not.
Scheduled for December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, the bout was set to be Davis's next WBA lightweight title defense. The anticipation surrounding the fight had already reached a fever pitch, especially after videos and images surfaced showing Davis in peak form. Fans who caught glimpses of him at a recent press event couldn't stop talking about his imposing physique. The buzz online was immediate. One fan exclaimed, "Lamont Roach is in trouble. Gervonta Davis is in shape right now, while another added, Tank is looking insane. Others chimed in, praising Davis's clear dedication to his craft. His shoulders look big and strong, one observer remarked, while another noted, that champ in shape. The compliments kept pouring in, with a final commenter summing up the mood, looking in great shape already.
Good angle, good angle. Good angle.
For Davis, this level of conditioning 3 months ahead of a scheduled fight was nothing short of a statement. Even though the fight with Roach is no longer happening, his readiness served as a reminder of the work ethic that has made him one of the most dangerous fighters in the lightweight division. The matchup between Davis and Roach carried significant implications before its cancellation. Roach, the reigning WBA super featherweight champion, had been granted special permission to move up in weight and challenge Davis while keeping his 130 pounds title intact. This was a rare opportunity for Roach, who hoped to cement his legacy as a two-weight world champion, joining an elite list of fighters who have accomplished the same feat. Roach's recent performances painted him as a credible challenger. His split-decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia in November 2023 earned him the WBA super featherweight belt, and he successfully defended it against Fergal MCC in June. These accomplishments positioned Roach as a rising star, eager to make a statement against the dominant Davis. But Davis, ever the showman and competitor, seemed more than prepared for the challenge. His fans were quick to note the physical transformation he had undergone in preparation for what was supposed to be his next bout. The Baltimore native has long been known for his knockout power and explosive fighting style, but his dedication to maintaining an elite level of fitness 3 months out was a clear indication of his intent to continue his reign as a top-tier champion.
You know he's lurking in your weight class?
He better not.
Big fight, big money?
He better not. It's big money, yes.
You kind of want those guys in the weight class, too.
No, I do, trust me, but he better not. I'm one of those guys, man, I don't know about, we're fighters.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to see a small guy and be like...
Davis's journey to this point has been filled with significant milestones. He became the full WBA lightweight champion in November 2023 after Devin Haney vacated the belt. In his first defense as the full champion, Davis delivered an electrifying 8th-round knockout against Frank Martin in June, solidifying his status as one of the most formidable fighters in the division. The anticipation for the now-cancelled fight with Roach came on the heels of negotiations earlier this year for a potential unification bout between Davis and Vasily Lomachenko. Fans had eagerly awaited the prospect of a Davis-Lomachenko clash, a fight that promised to be a historic showdown. However, the talks fell apart when Lomachenko decided to take a hiatus from boxing, with his manager, Aegis Klimas, stating that the Ukrainian star wasn't in the mood to fight Davis at that time. Although initial reports suggested that an agreement had been reached between Davis and Lomachenko, top-ranked President Todd Duboff clarified in September that the negotiations never advanced past a framework stage. With Lomachenko out of the picture, Davis shifted his focus to Roach, a matchup that seemed poised to deliver fireworks but ultimately fell through. Despite the cancellation, Davis's appearance at the press event underscored his relentless focus. He looked every bit the champion who has dominated his division, and his physical condition served as a stark contrast to the uncertainty surrounding his cancelled bout. Fans couldn't help but speculate about what lies ahead for Davis, with many calling for him to take on the likes of Shakur Stevenson or even revisit the possibility of a unification fight with Lomachenko once the latter returns to the sport.
Davis called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
Oh, he called Loma on social media? Well,
that's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call off.
For now, the boxing world is left with the image of Davis in peak form, a tantalizing glimpse of what could have been and what may still come in the future. Even without the fight against Roach, Davis's readiness has sparked conversation and debate, further cementing his place as one of boxing's most compelling figures. This comes after Tank's recent announcement that he plans to retire from boxing by the end of 2025. Davis, who has consistently delivered highlight reel knockouts and solidified his status as one of the pound-for-pound best, now seems closer than ever to hanging up his gloves for good. The possibility of Davis's retirement has sparked widespread debate among fans and boxing insiders alike. Tim Bradley, a former two-weight world champion turned commentator, recently weighed in on the subject during an interview with Fight Hype. Known for his candid takes on the sport, Bradley expressed his understanding of Davis's decision, acknowledging the grueling nature of professional boxing.
Come on.
I don't blame him, I'll tell you that much, Bradley said. This sport ain't no joke. He's made a lot of money in the sport already. I know there are fights out there that I would love to see Gervonta fight in, but you know, if he ain't feeling it, he ain't feeling it. It is what it is. Bradley's comments echo the sentiments of many who understand the physical and mental toll the sport can take on fighters. While fans might be clamoring for dream matchups involving Davis, such as potential clashes with Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or even Vasily Lomachenko, Bradley's remarks highlight the importance of prioritizing health and well-being over extending a career for the sake of public demand. Davis has already achieved what most fighters can only dream of. As the current WBA lightweight champion, his resume boasts an impressive record of 30 wins, with 28 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He has dominated opponents with his explosive power and uncanny ability to adapt in the ring, making him a feared competitor in multiple weight divisions.
I'ma beat his ass.
He can't do shit. Wait, I don't give a fuck.
So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
He got the
whatever
whole hood
the fuck
over
you talking
there.
about.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever
I don't care
y'all
about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he
I don't
can't
care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
nothing.
Yet, the allure of retirement for a fighter like Davis, who has already amassed considerable wealth and fame, is understandable. Boxing is a punishing sport, and many fighters leave it far too late to call it quits, often suffering the long-term consequences. For Davis, stepping away while still at the peak of his abilities may be a way to preserve his legacy and ensure his health in the years to come. As the timeline for Davis's potential retirement approaches, fans will undoubtedly hope to see him in the ring for a few more marquee matchups. However, if his heart is no longer in the sport, as Bradley suggests, then perhaps the best move for Davis is to leave on his own terms. Well, what do you think the future holds for Tank? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.